Folks, alright, so got confirmation on some things with lap 2 of the King of Hammers. I was just kind of waiting for it to kind of work itself out, but for lap 2, first of all, some of you corrected me. Lap 1 on the rocks, you know, the rest of KOH is going clockwise. So what they did was, I guess, catered to desert racing, set up the course, rally markers, 1 through whatever, for the desert race lap, which went the opposite way. So the rest of the events, you just gotta deal with the reverse RMs. VCPs, there's still some weird stuff going on there with VCPs where you skip from like VCP 10 to 110 and like VCP 6 to VCP 118. Some weird stuff like that. But just got confirmation from a number of you folks on lap 2 and how it comes in and out of the pit. And now I'm just gonna show you how simple it is to fix track 2, to make it one single loop, start to finish, so you have lap 1 and 2 clean, ready to pre-run with. Let's go. Alright, so here we go, folks. First of all, I got this nice, beautiful EXO here with the new nylon 12 rails up top. I'll just point that out. But I'm going to put a screen recording of this up so you can see a little bit better, maybe. But right now, I have not done anything with this since we last spoke other than turn the tracks to routes so we can work with them. So I did that. So now I'm going to go in here and we'll just take a look at lap 1 again. Since now we know... Alright, here's lap 1. Since now we know that it is in fact going clockwise, I have to reverse it back because I figured that if the rally markers were counting up, that it should go up. But that wasn't the case, obviously. So now you can see 0.061 down here if I hold on the route. Up here, coming back in, 64. So I got it back the way they issued it out. Again, I figured that rally markers count up, but for the rock crawlers, they do not. They're going to count down, which is fine. So lap 1, as you can see, comes around up here, back over here, comes in here, which I'm told this is a pit area, comes back here, comes back out, works back to the start. Right? Let's go to lap 2. You said at lap 2, I guess they kind of expect that you're going to go from the end of lap 1 and teleport over to here in the way they handed out the track, because they handed out a track that ends right here and starts right here. That is not correct. We are going to fix that easily right now. So again, I thought this was going the other way. So if I hold on here, 84, and if I hold on here, 600. So I had thought that it was going backwards, so I reversed it. So I'm just going to go back here and flip it back the way they had it. Go back to edit. Now you can see where they have it end right here, 84, and where they have it starting, 700. So now that we got it back the way that they had it, we're going to fix it. And to make this a little easier, let me get a notepad or a napkin. All right, so I'm back with my little piece of paper here. We were over here at the start where they said the start and finish was. We know that's not the case. We know that the start and finish should be over here for lap 2, just like lap 1. So I'm going to go. We know the race goes clockwise now. So I'm gonna go over here to the beginning of the start where we know it starts, and I'm going to double click. All right, let's trace that out. It goes around. up here, down here, comes back in, down here, and it comes back into the pit in here, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to double tap where it comes back into the pit, and we're going to copy that section out, and we're going to call it lap 2 dash 1. And I'm going to put here on my little piece of paper, I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Lap 2 dash 1. That's the first segment that we're cutting out. And sometimes this gets confusing. I don't think this will. But when it's a real mess of tracks, you definitely want to do this. But if you're like me and your brain doesn't work very well anymore, break out a piece of paper. So I'm going to copy section 1. That is copying that section out of that route that they gave us, that track. So now where we ended right here, I'm going to click here, and it goes this way, this way, this way, this way, and it ends right here where they have the end of the course. I'm going to name that lap 2 dash 2. I'm going to write that on my little piece of paper here. I copied that segment out, lap 2 dash 2. Now, something I just realized this, I'm doing this live right now. I actually could have just continued the first segment because it did come through here and it did come the whole way around and back to there. So I did a little bit more work for myself because I could have just cut this whole segment out and then this whole segment and merged them together, but hey, no big deal. We know that in our case right now, that the next section, because it comes back into the pit and it's supposed to continue this way. So I'm going to tap right there where the third section is going to start. I'm going to trace it out. Back here. And to the finish. Super easy. We're going to copy that section out. And I'm going to name it lap 2 dash 3. And I'm going to write down that copy that segment out of the route, lap 2 dash 3. Got my little paper here. Again, I made this a little bit harder on ourselves because I could have just done it in 2 segments. But hey, no big deal. Now I'm going to go up to the menu. And we are going to just, on any route, it doesn't matter, just under any route file, we're going to go down to join multiple routes. I'm going to click on that. This is bringing up a list of every route in the collection. So we don't want to merge every route in the collection. Otherwise, we're going to have a big mess. We just want to merge these 3 segments that we pulled out of lap 2. Right? So, what do we got here? We got my piece of paper here. We need to use lap 2-1, lap 2-1, 2-2, 2-3. We don't want to merge these originals. So I'm going to click on that and remove. You notice it says remove. It does not say delete. So don't be scared here. But I do suggest whenever you do something like this, duplicate your collection into a working collection. In case you screw something up, you can always go back to the original. I'm going to remove this one. So now we have lap 2-1, 2-2, 2-3 in the join multiple routes feature. If these were out of order, if you named them something different alphabetically and they're out of order, you just hold over here on the 3 bars and you put them in order that they need to be connected. If you put these out of order and you joined them, it's going to join the end of lap 3 to the beginning of lap 2 and the end of lap, or segment 1 to the end of it, you get what I'm saying, you're going to get a big spider mess. Big spider web mess. When this list shows these, it's going, we want to go the first segment, start to the end of it. It's going to join to the second segment, start to the end of it. And it's going to join to the third, start to the end of it. So they're still out of order. So we need the start of 1, the end of 1 to join to the start of 2, the end of 2, and the start of 3 to the end of 3. That's the correct order. That's why I write it on this little piece of paper. Because if this gets complicated with like dozens of segments, you need this written down to know what to join together. Now I'm going to hit join. And we're going to name this lap 2. I mean, you can name it lap 2 race ready if the other one was named something similar, but they have it named like red route or something like that. So we're just going to name this lap 2. Hit OK. We're going to back out of here, back out of there, and now you can see we have lap 1 red, which was lap 1, which they had ready to go. And now we have lap 2. If I click on that, you can see now it starts and ends at the start and finish. It goes up, down, over, back in, and then it comes back into this pit, and you can see we put a pin where it joined it. That's just for you to visually know and just visualize where things came together. You can see it comes in here, you got join to lap 2-2, and then lap 2 comes around, join to lap 2 segment 3, and then it comes around now to the finish. It's correct. So now that we know that's good to go, you can actually go in here and just make these back into serpentine dots. Just get rid of these waypoints. I'm going to, so we can see this, I'm going to change the color of this to green for lap 2. Now, we know that lap 1 and 2 are good to go. This is the original lap 2, and these are the segments that we cut out to join together. We do not need these anymore. I'm just going to delete these routes. Be careful here. Again, this is why you want to back up your work. If you did any pre-running on this and you accidentally hit delete, there's no getting it back. Right? And I don't need this to be lap 1 red anymore, so I'm going to rename this just to lap 1. And now you can see we got lap 1, start to finish. And now underneath lap 1, you can actually see lap 2 as a green line to give you some separation between the two. And then when we come back around, finish lap 1, we're going to go to lap 2 and hit run, and you'll be racing or pre-running lap 2 as it should be. You see when I hit edit now, it brings me to the start of the end of the route and the start. And there you go. Now that is what it should look like. Now that being said, that's how they should put it out. It's that simple. You can easily cut out and merge sections or tracks or routes, and then you can convert that back to a track to hand out to everybody, no matter what GPS folks are running. Garmin, Lowrance, any app in the world, it doesn't matter. You hand out 2 complete tracks, start to finish. That's how it should be done. But again, they made it super easy this year, at least to do that. So we're not complaining, but hopefully next year, Ultra 4, that's how you do it. It's that simple. I'm going to show you something else here. I'm going to go in and modify the VCPs so they're more recognizable. The Matlocks. They requested this one time. to kind of make the VCPs stick out, because everything marker wise shows up as a default black diamond. So we're going to go into the markers. We're going to just hit new to go into the editor, and we'll go to the start of the course. And every VCP I'm going to click on, edit, and we're going to make it a blue square. This is kind of what they requested one time, and it makes sense, because now as you're doing the course, these VCPs will stick out to you as being something important that you have to get within vicinity of. And then you have a rally marker, we'll just leave the same. And I'm just going to go through here. It's going to take a bit of time, but I'm just going to go through here and change the symbol for these. That's it, folks. I'm going to now put this file up on the LeadNav store. It's going to be free. I'm going to finish up these VCPs, get that entered in like that, and then the next, I'll do a video. One of my buddies is pre-running right now. He pre-ran on lap 1, and he just wants to see how to merge his pre-ran notes from lap 1 into the matching portions of lap 2 that, they share the same route, obviously, for the majority of the race, other than the rock section. So he just wanted to see how to put lap 1's notes that he pre-ran in the lap 2, so that you don't obviously have to pre-run both route files. You can just pre-run one and just merge them. Anyway, I'm going to do a video next on that. Again, it's pretty simple, but hope that helps. And we'll put the file up there, and I just pray that that Ultra 4 can continue to improve their route file, and they were 90% of the way there this year. So awesome. Thank you. I just bumped it the extra 10. Enjoy.